Hi, and welcome to our ITF Friday, March 20th edition. All right, so you guys have been working on your modules in Schoology, and you should have copied the notes for the email, calendars, and contacts. We are actually almost done with the Living Online Fundamentals that we will be able to take that certification. I do want to go over just a few things with the notes themselves. I'm going to try to share my screen, which I'm not sure how that's going to work. I might have to record and talk at the same time, like what I'm doing on the screen. So, as you were going through the lesson itself, it did talk about working with the emails. Whenever you send an email itself, you'll notice that it does have the mailbox name, meaning the first part of your email. Then it always is followed by an @ symbol. Next, they have the organization or whichever company you are going to, and then whatever the domain category is, whether it's education, .com, .org, .net. It just depends. When you're using different email programs, which we use Google Mail or Gmail, but you could use anything from Mail for Apple or like they used to have Google Mail, which some people still use it, AOL, those types of things. I know they're a little older. You do want to notice that they have specific things that you would look at. So over in the left-hand column, you'll see the navigation tools where you can go into the inbox, the delete, drafts, things of that nature, as well as the different account options and different tabs that you can go to. From there, you can choose to create a new message, which all of this should be second nature to you because I always tell you that if you have questions, make sure to send me an email. So creating a new message, there are specific pieces that you have in here. You do want to notice that they talk about the signature because that is where you should always sign your emails, just like when you're writing a letter. It gives you options for attaching items down here at the bottom. It's got attach a file, add to the drive, picture, or just a link. Oh, and then my fun favorite with the smiley face emojis. You can also look at the contacts list. So if you go back to where it talked about here with the inbox over on the left-hand side, they also have a section for contacts down here. You would just change it from mailbox to contacts. Okay? In the contact list, those are the people that you've saved or that you use frequently. Before you send any email, you do want to make sure that you are always proofing your messages. Make sure that there are no errors, that you didn't accidentally use the wrong words, which I know some of you do occasionally. Also, that it is written in the context of the person who you are sending the email to. So, for example, if you were sending a text message to your mom, it's different than sending a text message to your friend. So think of that as the same way with your email. If you're sending an email to a potential employer, it would be different than sending an email to your teacher or to a friend. They all have different tones in them. So it's just like when you speak to somebody face to face. Same thing goes for your emails. Now, when you reply or receiving emails, it goes back to that synchronization and asynchronization. This is a delayed response. You don't have to respond right away, but you shouldn't wait days upon days to send an email out. You can set up your email account to decide if you want it to show just the unread messages or all your messages at once. So you get to decide that. And now they've divided it into those 3 specific areas with primary, social, and then I can't even think of what the last one is. What does it say? Promotions. So you do want to check to see which box. All of them could have different messages in them. When you are sending an email and it was sent to the whole class, for example, you want to make sure you only reply to the sender. But sometimes if the message is for everybody, you want to reply to all. And then make sure you pay attention as to who you are forwarding it to. Keep your email box organized by creating folders or labels for them and then moving your messages in there. Like how I tell you guys that I don't specifically open your email that says that you have completed an assignment until you actually till I actually go in and put those grades in there. And speaking of grades, I will be posting those soon. So if you sent me emails, please don't think I've forgotten about you. I promise they're in there. You may add a specific signature to your email by going into the settings right here. So pay attention to that you could go into settings and change and add an actual signature block. It's so weird talking and nobody's talking back. Wait, you guys already do that all the time? I know, Miss Wood, you're so silly. My kids are looking at me like, Mom, really? All right, so just like I was talking about with the attachments, they are located at the bottom in what we call your formatting toolbar. Or when you go to view those messages, you can download them by choosing the down arrow just like we normally would. You could click on the add to your drive, or if you just click right over here on the image itself, it'll bring up a preview of it on your screen. I know, lots of stuff with email. You wouldn't think there's all this stuff in here, right? Keep going. Pay attention to your spam stuff so that you're not getting a whole bunch of junk mail. You can block those people or delete yourself or unsubscribe to those specific emails as well. Then you can delete all of your junk mail within your email program. Just a few more slides about email, and then that'll be it. There are more in here, but I am going over these because I promise you will end up having a quiz on this, just like we've had in the past. So I want to make sure that you know the ins and outs of this. You can delete messages or archive them. Archiving means that you are able to see them later. If you notice on your cell phone, especially I know with my iPhone, when I go to delete all my emails that I don't want to look at, it automatically goes into my archives file. I can change that to go into my delete file if I want though. So deleting means they're completely gone. They are in the trash can, and after 30 days, as you can see, they automatically are deleted forever. Last but not least, on your emails, when it comes to your contacts, you do want to make sure to notice who is being contacted, how you can preview them, and then you have different versions of how it would look based upon your using it on your computer versus your phone. As we go through each of these, please make sure if you have any questions that you let me know. Now, I do want to look at, just to review a few of the questions that you may end up seeing about this to see if you understand them. When you are going into your email, you do want to make sure that you're paying attention to the domain names that are located at the end. Make sure you know what they are. Make sure you understand them. And then, let's see, trying to think. I don't know, just look for these questions soon. Though I will post them, but I do want to go over our calendar stuff on Monday. All right, have a great weekend.